Hello, this is Wmpyr here to show you guys my K4S system. This is the self-defense system that I developed back in 2006, and I've been revisiting my own system in more recent times, and thought I'd share it with you guys again. Alright, so the knife that I recommend for this specific system is this one right here. This is the Walmart knife. Okay, I haven't modified it or anything. It's the way it is. So back then in 2006, this was $1 plus tax. Today on Walmart online, this is like $3.99. All right. So anyway, the carry for this, I recommend on the front right pocket, just like that. Okay, so I'm just walking around like so. If you're left-handed, I recommend on the left front side. All right, and the reason why I recommend this knife is because Walmart is all across the nation, so it's easy to get this knife. And then it being the cheapest folding knife available at Walmart, and I still believe that holds to this day. The chances of you encountering this knife there's a higher percentage just because it's so easy to get a hold of and it doesn't cost a lot. So therefore, if this is what you're going to get attacked with, it's good to know it, and it's good to know it better than the opponent. So that's the idea there. So anyway, to actually use this knife for self-defense, I have something called the 5 points. The 5 points is named after, from the film The Gangs of New York. But what it means is there's 5 steps. Okay, so the first step is, like I said, it's in my right pocket right here. And the first step is called retention. So it's knife retention. I don't want them to take it away from me. I don't want them to take my own knife and use it against me. So the first step is retention. If I see someone suspicious over there and they're headed towards me, I'm not going to walk this way where when we pass by each other, the knife is right here and they're going to have easier access. So the first step is, if we are going to pass by each other and I don't know what they're going to do and they look suspicious, I'm going to make sure that the knife is away from them. So they pass by on this side because the knife is over here. So it's just a simple thing of always keeping the knife far away from them as possible. All right. The other thing you could do is just put your hand like so, and I have my thumb right here on top. And I'm just walking like this. You know, I just look normal. I'm just walking around. And this hand could be free, and I could be like practicing a speech or something, and I'm talking to myself, or you know, just mumbling some stuff, you know, going through some ideas. I don't look crazy, but I look normal is the key word. And the hand is on top of the knife. By putting the hand on top of the knife, it makes it harder for them to see it, because if they see it, they go, oh, I'm going to take that away from this person. So it makes it harder for them to even notice it. And then the other thing is, if they do try to go for it, my hand's on top. So I'm making it more difficult for them to get it. So once again, that is step 1, which is knife retention. Step 2 is what I call the monkey grip. The monkey grip is, so I'm doing knife retention, and when we go into monkey grip, this is what I'm doing right here. If you guys can see, and once again, I'm just walking normal. There's nothing strange looking about this. I'm just walking around, but I have a solid grip on the knife. It's ready to go, okay? Once again, right here. So I just put my hand right here, and I'm walking around, and then to make it into a monkey grip, I make sure that I have a grip right here, solid grip on the knife, okay? I don't know if you guys can see that. So I'm already gripping the knife, but I could just be standing here, I could be walking, you know, observing people, whatever, okay? But if I need it, it's here because it's already in my hand solid. The thing is, it doesn't look like I'm holding anything. It just looks like my hand's in the pocket. That's it. But with a monkey grip, I already have a solid grip. The other thing you could do is you could actually pull the knife out and just drop it. Just a quick pull, drop, so it's in the pocket. No one has to notice that. And I have my whole hand inside the pocket, and it's a solid grip right now. And I could be doing whatever I need to be doing, and my hand's just in the pocket. This other hand could mimic that too, or it could be over here or whatever. Casual is the key word. I want to look casual. So right here, it's already ready to go because inside the pocket, you can't see that I'm grabbing the knife. That's the monkey grip. Monkey grip means I have a solid hold of the knife, but nobody knows. Okay, so that's step 2. Step 3 is once you have a solid grip on the knife, we want it out of the pocket because monkey grip is still in the pocket. So now we want it out to make it more ready. So step 3, I'm gonna do what is called palming. And palming is, think of a magician, a sleight of hand trick. Okay, so with palming, now I'm here. Okay, I'm right here, and it just looks like I'm standing normal. You can't see the knife. Okay, so I'm just right here, but the knife is right there. See, the knife is right there, but you can't see. I'm just, yeah, what's up, man? Just like that, just normal, casual, not alarming anyone, but I have it, and it's out. Okay. Another place is right here. Okay, I could just be like this. Boom, I'm ready to go. I'm not blocking myself in any way. And if they press down on this arm, they push down on it, I could still get it out, no problem. Okay, boom, right here. Not a problem at all. So I'm not trapping myself. It's just gently on top. So it could come out at any point. So another place is you could have it right here. See, and boom, I'm ready to go. So, you know, yeah, nothing's going on really, but I am ready. You know, so you just make conversation, distract them with your words. This hand over here is free, so you could distract them with this, like, no, I'm good. No, it's all right, man. No, you go ahead. I'm not feeling that great. I'm just resting, you know, or whatever. You know, so this hand can distract, your words distract, but it's already out of the pocket in my hand. So retention, monkey grip, palming. Those are 3 steps. Number 4 is when we're using it. So number 4 is I'm going to use it in the closed position. Okay. Why are we using it closed? Because it simplifies things. And then in Filipino martial arts, I said to you guys that the stick, the Kali stick or the Escrima stick, is what I call the long stick. And then there's medium and there's short. So the short stick is this, okay, in the closed position. That's the short stick. So we're just doing short stick techniques. So I go boom right here. I could go this way, go here, hammer fist this way. I could go sideways, right? So that's using the hammer fist motion, the bottom part. But I could use the top part too. I could go this way. I could go this way. All right. Another thing is once you strike with this, so the thumb can be there to support, I strike, and then I could scrape down and dig this in. Lots of friction, creating friction, okay, on right on the sternum. So you could do stuff like that on sensitive areas. Another palm stick technique that I like is what I call the credit card. And the credit card, works great with this knife in particular because you can see in the closed position, the spine of the blade is sticking out. So any folding knife where the spine of the blade is sticking out like this, you could pretty much do the credit card. So the credit card is, you hold on solid, make sure you hold on solid, and then you're just striking with this part, the spine of the blade, onto like the bridge of the nose. All right, you could do it in different areas, but the bridge of the nose, I think, is probably the most effective, just because it's sticking out and it's very sensitive. And then, of course, you could scrape down. So when you scrape with the edge of the credit card, you could get some DNA samples as well. So those are the palm stick tactics. That's step 4. Step 5 is we're going to use the blade. All right, you tried using this closed and the situation just got worse for whatever reason. So now you make the decision like, okay, I need the blade here. I don't want to, but I don't have a choice. The situation's calling for it. Okay, so in that case, how do we deploy the blade? The first one I think is, to me, this is the best one. I call it the alligator opening. So the alligator opening is it's already in your hand. You try to use it this way, and now we need the blade. So when you do the alligator opening, it's a two-handed opening, right? It's the most solid two-handed opening like this. I go to that. That's my favorite opening. Why? Because I was once in a situation where I was so scared of the situation. It was terrifying, right? That at that time, even breathing was difficult. It's hard to even breathe. So to try to open my knife, it's super, super hard. It's something that I normally have no problem doing, but in this case, it was so difficult to try to do anything. So once again, even breathing was difficult. So in this kind of situation, it came down to I had to do it like this, okay? And when you're doing this, when I'm opening it, if right now they charged in, then they're gonna run into this, okay? Boom, right here. I call this the battering ram. So they're gonna run into the battering ram, okay? But if they come in right here, then the point of the blade, if you guys can see, is facing towards them. So they could run into this right here, okay? And then at this point, where I open it a little bit more, now they run into the edge of the blade, and it'll help me lock it if they run into it. So the entire time, it's either the point or the edge is constantly facing towards them to minimize my vulnerability and give them something to think about the entire time. So I'm not wasting anything. So right here, you come in right now, go for it, you know, come in, and then obviously now it's locked open. But the entire time, I have something threatening them. Okay, so this is the alligator opening, and the great thing about the alligator opening is now I could also press on here. I could make it silent, which I also had to do one time where I was in a restaurant. This guy came in and started harassing the waitress, and so I did this silent under the table. The guy had no idea I was ready to go. You know, luckily nothing bad happened, but it was silent. That's why I was able to do it and not escalate anything. So that's the alligator opening. The other one is, it falls in the category of a snap open. A snap opening is where you're using inertia like that. You're doing a quick flick of the wrist and you're deploying the blade, right? Which is, it's very rough on the knife. So I'm not a big fan of it, but sometimes you need a quick, you know, and get it out. So in that case, the snap open is something worth practicing, okay? But what I want to teach you guys today is what I call the F5, okay? So the F5 is a type of snap opening, all right? But this is the one that I prefer, and this is the one that I like to teach. It's called the F5 because you're doing 5 slashes, all right? So you're going to do 5 slashes, 1, 2, 3, and then on 3 it's snapped open, but I have 2 more, 4 and 5. It could be whatever you want, whatever angles you want, but make sure you do 5. And the idea is, like on that one, it opened and locked on number 3. Okay, you never know. So if you only do 1, it may or may not lock open. Hopefully it does, and maybe at home, every time you practice, it always opens on 1. But under stress, in this weird situation with, you know, lots of pressure on you and it's scary and whatever, so in that kind of situation, you may mess up Murphy's Law. So in that case, if you have 5 slashes that you're going, I'm going to do 5, and it's already built in, right? So I go 1, 2, that one opened on 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? But my mindset was I'm going to do 5. So I don't care if it opens on 1, 2, 3, 4, as long as by the time I do 5, as long as by the time I get to number 5, it locks open, that's what I'm looking for. So 5 is a safe bet. Okay, all right, 5 is a safe bet. That's what I recommend. You're just doing 5 slashes. So those are the 2 openings I recommend, the alligator opening and the F5. And both of those utilize the iaido concept, the Japanese art of the live blade, where you're trying to minimize your vulnerability when you are deploying the weapon. So that's essentially it. As I'm deploying, like whether I'm doing this, I don't want to be vulnerable at this time. So normally right here, if I'm not paying attention and I'm just trying to do it like this, they could kick my hand and I could drop the knife, or I might even cut myself. But if I'm doing it this way, you know, they're going to be less likely to want to kick it or grab it or punch or do anything, because now they got to worry about the point and the edge, and I'll be ready. So those are the 2 openings once again. So that pretty much, the K4S system, there's more to it than that, but that is as far as the usage goes. Please practice those 5 steps, what I call the 5 points, right? And like when you're talking about the first 3 steps of it, so I'm talking about retention, right? So just putting my hand on top, and then the monkey grip. So now I have a solid grip of it. And then now we're going to go into palming. See, I'm moving it around the body and it's already out of the pocket. When you're talking to somebody, like I'm doing to you guys right now, you practice it. And if they go, hey, what are you doing? What is that? You got something in your hand? Then you failed. You failed. So practice with your friends. And if you could do it to the point where they have no idea, and we're talking about pizza or whatever, and they have no clue that this is what's happening, then you succeeded. So practice like that, and it will help you greatly. So that's it for now. Thank you for viewing, and take care, folks.